r/AskReddit by Redmond Dts. What's the weirdest dream that you had? I once dreamt that I was a sun. My sense of touch came from my solar flares and I could somehow see in every direction constantly. Was a very strange dream. When I was in high school there was this chick named Lauren in my algebra class. I never knew her personally, she just sat next to me. And then I had this guy named Tim in my art class, same, never knew him either. But I dreamt of both of them for some strange reason, and they were walking together to go home after school as brother and sister. And the very next day I went to school I found out that they were actually brother and sister. I knew the girl's last name but I never knew the boy's until I waited for class to check his name on his paperwork. It was the same last name and they really were brother and sister. It's insane. I've actually had plenty of times, not all dreams, where I've been psychic about shit. There was this girl in high school who I think I talked to like 3 times. Just occasionally saw her in the halls mostly. I didn't have a crush on her or anything. But I dreamed about her all the time. Like we rode dragons together and stuff. It was so weird. Pretty reliably every week or two she'd show up. I was doing it with Natalie Portman in her Padme costume. Weird, but I was fine with it. In my dream I pissed on my PE teacher. That I slept with my cousin's wife. Last night I had a wheelbarrow full of cooked sausages, and I kept spilling them. I don't know the entire dream, but the end of it was all white and I looked over at whoever I was talking to and said, "I gotta get back down there," and jumped into this hole and landed in my body and immediately woke up. Martial arts lesson in a pool. In short, I was picked up by a large bird while I was taking a dump mid-air, and woke up realizing I soiled myself. Had a dream where I got attacked by Sully from Monsters Incorporated, in the Arctic. It's one of the worst dreams I've ever had. Dreamed that I was stuck on an island with only female elves and succubi. My bed when I woke up, if put under UV, would be a rave party. I was on a mountain and it was summer. Green grass, blue sky. But there was a cliff. Me, with a roller skate on one foot and one scooter on the other, is driving towards the cliff. I can't stop. And then I just fall. I was eaten alive by zombies. It was on table in a high school classroom. I was able to see and feel them ripping out my intestines. Stuff was brutal. That Neptune died and I ate Neptune's ashes. I then proceeded to poop out Neptune's ashes that turned into mini donkeys. I was in a World War I German uniform fixing my Stahlhelm. Bizarre. I was babysitting my niece when she was a baby. My sister, her mother was having a party in the next room and disturbing the baby. I went in to comfort the baby and she farted, flew into the air, hit the ceiling, back into the floor and bounced out of the window. I woke myself up laughing hysterically. I was 11 at the time. I'm 60 now and I remember the dream with crystal clarity. I was 7 years old when I had this dream and it's weird because I saw myself as an adult. In the dream I was lost at night and there was a storm raging. I was soaked. I was on my bicycle and for some reason riding up a massive tree trunk. It was so big it was like a road, and the idea of me defying physics didn't seem to matter. I followed this tree for a moment upwards, passing by many branches which I had previously ignored. But something pulled me to the next branch on my right. And as soon as I veered off, I was immediately much taller, holding a bag of groceries, unlocking a door. The tree and bicycle completely gone. Still at night and still raining. It was my own house. I knew that to the right once I entered were the bedrooms of my 2 kids and our room, my wife and I, and to the left a living room and kitchen. To this day I can clearly make out the furniture and even the French glass doors leading to the backyard. Why was a dumb kid dreaming about an adult version of himself with house and family at the age of 7? I'll never know. For many years I always thought it was a vision of my future. Perhaps one possible timeline. I know now this will not come to pass, as my wife and I are childless and nearing 40. Plus our house looks nothing like my house on the branch of the tree of time dreamt up by a child on a stormy night. I've had quite a few weird dreams. but this one I had about 5 months ago was probably the strangest and most bizarre. So basically I had a dream where a guy in medieval times woke up from a dream that was about a village being burned down. He didn't think much of it, but he decided to painted this scene, with the forest and village on fire. He was a poor merchant who was hoping to sell the painting in order to make some cash. When the villagers saw his painting, the townsfolk accused him of being a witch. So they burned him on a pole hanging above fire. Suddenly, the pole fell down, and the fire worked its way from the pole to the house, which would eventually start a chain reaction burning the entire village down. It still chills me to this day, but I guess it would make a pretty cool horror story. In no particular order. Being chased and having to kill my two JROTC teachers. Doubly weird because they were a couple of the only art teachers I liked. Dying in a space station explosion and still existing as a ghost after dying. Floating around space. The ending of the movie The Fly without seeing it. I saw it on TV and got scared and closed my eyes but proceeded to give an accurate play-by-play of what was happening because I dreamed it the night before. Being attacked by giant red ants. Having to hunt down and fight a murderer with ninja swords and stabbing him to death. Floating down rapids on a raft while trying to fight off zombies who were crawling out of the water to attack us. Of course I was barefoot so it was even harder. I have a repeating dreams of an old barn at the house I grew up in where the floor is covered with thousands of snakes. I've had multiple dreams where I'm trying to fight off zombies and none of my guns are even loaded and or bullets won't stop the zombies. I have very weird and often violent dreams when I'm sick or on medication. I was Ant-Man and I was a gynecologist. You know the rest. I was playing the piano non-stop the whole dream. I remember every song I played. Getting Eiffel Towered by my husband and my old gym teacher who I used to have a crush on in high school. Wet dream. Gay sex with a coworker. I'm not gay. Got a BJ from a sheep. I dunno, don't ask lol. That Sean Connery was plotting to kill me. It was so realistic too. That's all folks. Thank you for watching. Have a nice evening.